hello to my family and my friends. I figured it's time for an update on what's going on with my cancer and my treatment and how things are going. So, when I posted that Facebook video, I posted it like a week ago. It was recorded 2 weeks ago. And I just want to say, I can't thank everyone enough for all the kind, beautiful words, everyone. It means so much to me that everyone says that. I'm so grateful for all of the words. Thank you so much. It was so nice, and the prayers and everything. So thank you so much. A lot of people have been asking how I'm doing, how I'm feeling, all that sort of stuff. So I'm having a hard time keeping up with everything. And also, very limited on what I can do right now. So I'm just going to kind of do a video in hopes to kind of collect a lot of that information up front right now on the updates on how things are going and how I'm feeling. As you can tell, my voice is still gone. So just in case and maybe you don't know, I was diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer about a month and a half ago. I never smoked a day in my life, and I don't know. This is a rare sort of lung cancer. The lung cancer is called ALK, positive lung cancer. So if you Google ALK cancer, you'll come up. It's really weird. It's a very rare cancer. Sounds like it's a growing cancer, like in regards to it's becoming more and more relevant, or not relevant, but more and more people are seeing it more and more, I guess. But we don't know where it comes from. We don't know what causes it, and stuff like that. So anyways, if you want to know more about that, you can go watch the previous video. I kind of talked a lot about that, how I was diagnosed, what happened, the whole process. I just want to take a quick moment to say thank you to Bonnie, my girlfriend, Mom, and my sister, for all three of them constantly keeping me on track with Dana Farber. If it wasn't for any of them, all three of them, I really wouldn't be where I'm at right now. I'd still be looking for solutions to why I'm coughing and stuff like that. So they are basically doing so much to save my life, and they're moving things along so much faster than it normally would if I was doing this alone. So, and then in my work, I can't thank them enough for all the support they've given me as well. I'm still working as I go through this remotely on the stuff I can do. I have hard days and I have good days. So just to bring everybody up to speed, I want to say, I should also say my kids, they're the most beautiful people in the world, and they're the reason I do everything. And I got to see both of them this weekend, which I haven't seen them in a month. So not seeing your kids for a month is heartbreaking, but it's so gratifying when you get to see them. So I want to talk about what's been going on. So I've been on the trial for a little over a week now. So last Friday, I started the trial at Dana Farber. The trial, what that is I'm on a specific medication that is not on the market. This is a test medication that's been in testing for the last couple of years. And I and a bunch of other people who have the same illness as me are testing this drug. And the results of this drug are really, really positive. So fingers crossed that I'll get that. So anyways, we started this test last Friday. And it was a bumpy start. I had a rough week. So before we started the test, I just want to let everyone know that I was really, really sick. I really wasn't. When I posted that video on Facebook, that was like 2 weeks ago when I could talk. And then after that, I got really, really sick. I was constantly throwing up. I kept blacking out. I kept passing out. I was constantly having all kinds of issues. Breathing was becoming really difficult. I was just having a real hard time. Thank God we're on the trial now. So we started the trial last Friday. The trial is simply a pill. All I have to do is go to Dana Farber on the first day. I take this pill. They take my blood. They take my metrics, all that sort of stuff. Monitor my vitals and check and see how things are. So they have a baseline. So I take the pill. They monitor me for several hours. See if I have any reactions to the pill, any side effects or anything like that. or immediate side effects. I did not. I took the pill and I didn't feel anything. It was like taking an aspirin. So we took the pill, we waited our designated time, and then we went home. On the way home, I started feeling nauseous in the car ride. I kind of felt congested, like I had a bunch of phlegm here. You know when you get sick, and you've been sick for a while, and you get this big congestion right here? I felt that. Plus, I felt like I was having a stomach ache. Maybe I felt like I had to go to the bathroom. I was feeling nauseous, all that sort of stuff. So I don't know if that was, at the time, I didn't know if that was related to the pill or something else. Maybe I was sick because I was very sick the days before the pill. I took that pill. So we got home. Everyone did their thing. I went upstairs, and then all of a sudden, I coughed so hard that I completely blacked out. And I went face down onto the ground. And I wiped out the whole side of my face, banged my legs and my arms and stuff like that too. You can't see it now, but this whole side of my face was a huge, bloody rug burn. I had a road rash. I hit the rug, and I had like a perfect imprint of the rug on my forehead. It was pretty sad, but at the same time, it's kind of funny because it was an exact match of the rug. You knew exactly where I fell. But anyways, I blacked out. I had no idea I blacked out. My face was bloody. My glasses jabbed into my nose, so the side of my nose was all bloody, black and blue. I had blood on my lips, all down the side of my face. Everyone downstairs heard it, and they came running up. By the time they got upstairs, I had already woken up. And I was like, what's going on? What's up? And everyone's like, oh my God, you passed out. So they called the ambulance, called 911. And I was like, whoa. I'm like, I'm all right, I'm fine. I felt like I just woke up, basically, like you were sleeping, like you just woke up from a nap or something like that. So I'm just sitting there, and I'm like, I'm okay, I'm fine. And they're like, oh no, you're not, because the whole side of my face was bloody, and I didn't even know it. I just felt like I just woke up. And they're like, and I could feel like my leg was a little bit sore or something like that. I'm like, I'm fine. They're like, no. And I turn around, I look in the mirror, like, oh my God, it was a mess. So we sat down, ambulance came, they came up, ran a bunch of vitals. And apparently I've done this actually a couple weeks prior. I had passed out like 3 or 4 times for the same situation. I had such a deep, hard cough that I just blacked right out. And I guess I don't know the proper pronunciation, but it's a known thing, and it can happen to anybody for any reason that, not any reason, but any particular circumstance. In this circumstance, I was coughing. So, you know how some people will pass out if they push real hard in the toilet, or they cough real hard? It's that sort of thing. So I guess it's a vagal response or something like that everything squeezes, and then you just kind of black out. So anyways, that's what happened. Ambulance came. They said, all your vitals look good. You're back to normal. Everything's okay. We can take you to the ambulance, to the emergency room, or we can leave you. I was fine staying there, but I was so all bloody. No one else was fine with that. So we took the ambulance to the hospital. And this is in New Hampshire. So we took the ambulance, get over there, and we're in the emergency room. And we tell them I'd just been diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer, and I'm on a special trial. So they start running all kinds of tests. First thing they see is, oh my God, you got all kinds of fluid around your heart. That's not good. We got to take care of that. Or you could have, and they think that's the cause of the pass out. So the doctors at the ER are like, look, we got to take care of this tonight. This is nothing. We can't mess around. And I'm like, I'm on a special care team at Dana Farber for this special treatment. Everything has to be run through them. We can't do anything. Can't even have anesthesia without their approval because it's very, very specific. So they're like, oh, we got to do this. You got too much fluid around your heart. I'll explain in a moment why that wasn't necessarily the issue. So anyway, so they go back, and we're just sitting there in the emergency room all by ourselves, just sitting there with all the other people on a Friday night. And all of a sudden, I just feel like I'm going to throw up. I don't feel good. And I just started heaving this mucus. I'm not trying to be gross, but I was told it looked like a custard or something like that. It was this nasty mucus just came out of me, and it just kept coming and coming and coming. And then after that, I was like, I feel great. I feel normal. I'm ready to go home. And I was like, everyone, well, not everyone, there's only a couple people there, but they're like, oh my God, you threw up like crazy, like, possessed type of throw up. And I was like, I don't know what that was, but I feel so much better now. And that clump that I was talking about was all gone. And so, so essentially what that, so I don't pause it, essentially what that was a buildup of all this phlegm in my chest that had built up over years, and as I took the medication, it started to reduce the cancer a little bit, and we'll talk more about that. And everything just came released. Everything was released all of a sudden. It just came out. But we'll talk more about that in a second. So anyway, so that happened, and then I feel fine. Doctors come back and like, all right, we got to get this blood fluid around your heart taken care of tonight. I was like, no, I'm not doing it. Dana Farber says we got to go through them. They are our care provider. Very specific situation. And they're like, no, we got to do it tonight. I'm like, no, I'm not doing it here in the ER. So just so you know, the treatment I'm on, so that's part of this cancer. So the cancer has put fluid around my heart, which is very dangerous. Unattended, if that left alone, that could kill me. That could be one thing that kills me in a series of time from the cancer. But this treatment is actually designed to slowly reduce that with the cancer as well. But the doctors didn't know that. So they're like, we got to take care of this immediately. I'm like, nope. And they're like, well, if you're not going to let us treat it, at least let us monitor you overnight to make sure you don't have this emergency, you don't pass out, and it causes your death. So I'm like, fine, we'll stay overnight. So we stay overnight. Next morning, doctor comes in. He's like, I'm ready to do the surgery. I just got to put a pin in there, a needle in there, drain it out, and then, that'll help with everything, and then we'll be safe. And all this. I'm like, I'm not doing it. If it has to be done, I'm going to Dana Farber. That's my team. So I was like, call him. Here's the doctor's number. Here's the doctor. Here's the number. Call him Saturday morning. So he does. He comes back. He's like, I called the doctor. And he's like, he's kind of like pissed because I think he wanted to do it. I don't know. Whatever. And I'm like, I'm not doing it. If I have to do it, I'm going to Dana Farber. So transfer me to Dana Farber. That's what I say. I'm not doing it here. Transfer me. Because he wouldn't give up. So he's like, fine. So here's the problem. To get a room at the ER down there at Boston, at the hospital down there, has to be an ambulatory delivery, which means I gotta take the ambulance from New Hampshire down to Boston, which is freaking ridiculous and godly expensive. So stupid. Such a waste. I felt fine. We literally could have drove. No issues. No problems whatsoever. But they said, no, if you want a room, the only way you can get it is through ambulatory. So that's what happened. Took the freaking ambulance down to Boston, to Dana Farber, to Newton, to Dana Farber, or wherever it was. I forget where it was. 2-hour ride, Saturday night for their afternoon. Traffic is crazy. It's so uncomfortable. It was ridiculous uncomfortable. I was on one of those plastic ambulance things where they had me strapped. I couldn't even sit down like a regular person. I had to be strapped in like I was going to die or something like that. So it was so uncomfortable for 2 hours. And it was so hot, so uncomfortable, so bumpy. I'm like swaying everywhere. Because I'm laying on my back, my cough is really bad. So my cough is so irritated. It was a miserable ride. Anyways, we do it. We get there. As soon as we get there, we get a room. Doctors come in, they run all kinds of tests. And they're like, we think you're okay. We don't think we need to do anything. We don't think that A, that was the cause, and B, we don't think we need to drain your fluid because we know the medication you're on is designed to address that. So they say, we do, however, need to monitor you for another day just to be safe because we just got you here. So I'm like, fine. So I spent the night again in Boston. Next morning, they all come in, run a bunch of tests. Everything's good. They say, yep. It's exactly what we thought. It's that fluid is there. However, it's not changing. It's not bad. The fluid's there, and it will be addressed when we get to that part during our treatment process. So again, the pill helps bring that stuff down. So over time, they actually are already measuring that. So they're like, don't worry about it. We're good. we're going to be measuring that anyways as part of the process. So we go home. So that was my first weekend on trial. So I have to take that pill every single day, the exact same time. No side effects so far that I can tell, at least that I know of, other than every day I do feel slightly better than the previous day. It's a slow process, but probably, hopefully, as you can tell, I can talk a little bit longer now. I'm not coughing as much now. I got a cough drop now, but I'm really not coughing that much anymore. Not anymore. Not coughing that much in sessions. I have really bad coughing fits every now and then, but it's not like nonstop all day. It's just occasionally I'm having these bad coughing sessions. So right now, I've been taking this trial for probably 7 or 8 days. And what I can say is, I am, from before I started trial, if I took a shower before I started trial, I could take a shower and I'd be so winded in that shower. When I was done the shower, I'd have to get out and I have to sit for 20 minutes because I would be breathing at the top of my lungs. Equivalent to running up 4 flights of stairs with mouth wide open, like that. That's how it was for taking a shower. I'd have to sit for 20 minutes after I took a shower. I just couldn't physically do anything. It was exhausting. Now, when I take a shower, I still have to, monitor my breathing, but I don't have to sit down or anything. I get out of the shower, I dry off, I kind of stand there for a second, make sure I got my breath, and then I can move on. So that's huge. My coughing's better. Hoping my voice comes back. It's been doing some weird fluctuation stuff, but it hasn't come back yet. And I still can't talk for long periods of times. Sometimes it's very limiting. But anyways, I'm seeing great steps. So, baby steps. I still got a long ways. I still cannot drive. I still cannot do anything physical. I still can't go anywhere for more than a few. I can go to the store, but I can't spend the whole day out shopping or anything like that. I can go to the grocery store, walk around for like 20 minutes, and then come back and take it, chill out for a minute. So those are positives. So I just want to say thank you. I wanted to give an update. I just want to say how wonderful Dana Farber has been. And just kind of give you a story around how my first week went of trial. That first weekend was brutal. But we're getting there. Everything's slowly better. I still have rough days and rough moments, but we're slowly getting there. So fingers crossed. So I hope to post another update maybe in a week or two. I want to say again, thank you to everyone who reaches out to me and asks me questions. It's just so hard for me to keep up with all that. And I'm just not on the social media as much as I used to be. And I just can't talk that much. So people wanting to get together and hang out, stuff like that, give me a little bit of time. Maybe in a couple weeks, I'll start being able to go out and do some stuff like that. And for all of you messaging me, it's just a slow follow-up for me. So that's why I was doing this video, to let you know. So anyways, again, thank you to my family. Thank you to everyone taking care of the kids. And thank you to all you guys for supporting me. Thank you to my work, to everyone. It's been so wonderful. This has been really rough. The bills are starting to roll in now. So I got to start staying focused on making sure I can work and stuff like that. But so far, so good. So again, thank you. I hope everyone has a wonderful Thanksgiving. And if I don't talk to you before then, have a great holiday. And Merry Christmas, whatever you celebrate, and have a great New Year. Thank you. I'll try to post. Bye.